Holyrood or any devolved assembly is an arm of that body. Okay, so Holyrood is a British creation, is a British institution, and it's part of the British state. And the idea was that it would actually help to somehow strengthen the bonds of that British state. So it was set up, and it does remain today. Although we often don't think of it like this, it is a British established institution. It is itself an arm of the British state. And so it is quite correct to say that Holyrood is British. It's not a separate Scottish institution set up by an independent Scottish state. And I think this is the key reason that Scottish nationalists and Greens don't conceive of that. And I'm not blaming them for that, because since Holyrood got set up in 1999, there has been no attempt to explain the correct constitutional relationship. No attempt to explain it whatsoever. And so people, say you're growing up, say you went to school, you came of age in 1999, you're not going to know any better. You're going to think that Holyrood has somehow always been there, and that it was maybe set up by the Scottish state. And it's, when you see everybody talking about it as being a government, the same as the British government, you quite rightly, quite normally presume it must have the same powers. Therefore, you don't understand how one parliament in London, with presumably the same powers as this one in Edinburgh, how can this one stop this one from getting its way? Of course you're going to be confused about that. Of course you are, because nobody's explained to you the correct constitutional relationship, which is that the British Parliament is the centre collective parliament for all of the United Kingdom, for what we like to call Britain as one, and it has devolved arms of that parliament, of that body. And the idea is that these devolved arms will help the overall governance of the United Kingdom together. That's the ideal. So these devolved assemblies or parliaments, whatever you want to call them, these are British institutions. And of course, a British institution in Edinburgh cannot get a mandate to destroy Britain. A British arm of the British body has to do what the body says. So if the body decides to overrule the arm, then that's just the natural way of things.